Hi everyone, okay, this video is going to be a sort of like fitness motivational type video. Like I said in my previous video, I'm not actually at home, so I'm at a friend's house and she has Full Sky, and a lot of the times when I'm at a friend's house or something when they have Full Sky, I'm always like really envious of the programs that you can get on Sky, especially they're not fitness videos, but they are fitness or fitness programs, so to speak, where you get like Fat Family's Biggest Loser, My Fat to Fit Diary, I think that's a program. Oh God, just programs, especially the ones that are like Fat Families is the greatest ones, because you get somebody who goes to people's houses and they're like nutritionists and fitness people, personal trainers, things like that, all in one person. And they'll go to this house with a family who are bigger or big and just help them get on the right track because they failed in the past, or they can't keep the motivation up, or they just downright can't be bothered, really. So I really love watching those programs. I think they're so motivational for people who are even my weight, things like that, and I just think it's great. I mean, when I started my weight loss journey, I was 9 stone 8. Now for my size, which is 4'11", I was fat. Not that I saw it until the dreaded birthday, where I took a repulsive picture, and that really kicked my ass into shape to turn around and lose weight. So yeah, I mean, I stood on the scales the other day and I'd gone from, like I said, 9 stone 8 to, I stood on the scales and I didn't write it down because I'm a div, 8 stone 7 and a half, something like that. And I think the lowest I'd ever got to was 8 stone 8 and a half or something like that. 8 to 9. I was always stuck in that little riff where I couldn't get out of it. And I've been doing a lot more training. I've upped my training now to 3 days a week. It's Wednesday nights, Friday nights, Sundays, but on Saturdays, if the weather permits it, I'm off out doing a hike or something with my friend. So upping my fitness and things like that has really helped. Also, my portion sizes have been dramatically cut. They're nowhere near as big as what they were again, even though I'd cut it down to what I thought was a substantial amount when I first started my fitness and healthy eating journey. But no, I wasn't getting anywhere, and my portion sizes were slowly going up again, and it just wasn't working. Plus which, over the period of Christmas, at Christmas I stopped, which is really silly, because I thought, oh, you know, I've done really well, I'll stop for a bit and I'll enjoy Christmas. I'll eat a few things that I shouldn't, but try and watch it. Now I did do that, and I was actually really good, but getting off that and back on to not eating those things was really hard. I would be going up to Iceland and I'd be getting certain foods that I shouldn't do, in Iceland they do these little packs of mini sausage rolls. They're bacon and pork or something like that. They are absolutely lush, and they're only £1, which really doesn't help either. So I would be going up there and I'd be getting those and I'd be munching happily on them, and then I realised I couldn't do that, because otherwise I was going to go back exactly to where I started again, and it just wasn't going to do me any good at all. So I stopped buying those, got back on my salads, started drinking 10 times more water, upped my training, lowered my portion sizes, things like that. And I love it. I'm back to where I was. Health-wise, I'm enjoying eating the things I'm eating, because obviously when you start, you sort of go cold turkey, really, don't you? You sort of think, oh, you know, I'll just chuck everything out and things like that. And it doesn't work. It doesn't do you any good, because if someone tells you you can't have something and they keep telling you can't have it, it's just going to make you want it more. Yeah, I did go cold turkey, to be fair to it. I did it then, and I did it back when I very first started, because I know the cold turkey route isn't everybody's cup of tea, because, again, like I said, if someone says you can't have something, it just makes you want it more. But I knew if I do it like that, it's just, come off that quickly and get back into salads. Make sure you eat loads of fruit, things like that. And I don't know, I think it was just because I know that if I want to get anywhere, I've got to do it. So, and this video is actually turning into more of a me being motivational than actually talking about the programs I've been watching. So yeah, this isn't really going how I planned it, but oh well. The thing I've noticed the most, which is was my worst area, it's still my target area, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was when I first started, is actually my tummy. Oh my god, I'm so pleased I could actually cry. Where my tummy used to be really, really fat, and where you got like your underwear line, and normally my tummy would go over that really badly, and it was horrible. It was really, 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 really horrible. I hated it anyway, and I've done all this now, and actually it's pretty much gone. It's like flat, and then it kind of pouches out a little bit. So I know all I've got to do is really, 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 really work hard, do loads of crunches, loads of sit-ups, loads of ab exercises along with the rest of the exercises that I do, and that's pretty much going to be gone soon. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that, because I wanted to lose weight for me anyway, but then when you start losing the weight, you kind of think of other things that you can do. Like whenever I've gone to the beach before, even when I was still a good size, a thinner size, sorry, I still used to wear tankinis. Now, if anyone who's watching this doesn't know what a tankini is, it's a bikini. So you've got your bikini top, but instead of it stopping under your bust, it turns into like a t-shirt with like a halter neck style back to it. I don't know why I used to get those. I think it was always because I've always been very self-conscious of my tummy, even before I put on all the weight and everything else. Things like that. So I know hopefully the summer here is going to be great. I'm really, really, really hoping it's going to be lovely, because I've got so many things I want to do. Day trips to the beach, things like that. And this year, when I go to the beach, I want to be wearing a bikini. I don't want to be wearing these tankinis and t-shirts and, I don't want to I can't turn around and wear that because I look fat. No, I want to be able to do it. And if I carry on the way I am, I'm going to be able to do it, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's things like that for what you want to do that really spurs you on, that really makes you want to turn around and go, it's working. I can see it working. So many other people can see it working as well. There's a guy who works in Waitrose in Monmouth, where I go to do my shopping and things like that. And I was walking to the doctor's the other day to pick up a prescription, and the guy who works in Waitrose was collecting the trolleys outside. He walked past me and said, "My God, you've lost so much weight," and I hadn't seen him in about 3 weeks. You could tell he was actually being genuine, things like that. And you know what? It's lovely. It really spurs you on and makes you feel amazing that other people can see it. It's not like you're just sat there like, has anyone else seen it? Why hasn't anyone mentioned it? And things like that. You don't want people to drown you with, "Oh my God, you're so much thinner," and all things like that. But just the odd comment here and there, things like that, it really, really, really does spur you on so much. It really does. It's just, you know, it just really makes you feel better. And it makes you feel more positive and less, oh, I don't want to do it, and oh, I can't be bothered, and things like that. Because you know, if you do put the hard work in, you do get results. So I'm literally going to stop motivatingly spurring, I don't know whether it's a rant or whether it's just, I have no idea. But anyway, the reason I started to make this video is because of the programs I've been watching over the last, I got here at 10, so last couple of hours really. Fat Families has been the main one I've been watching, because, I don't know, I just really like watching them. And I think they're really good for picking up tips. Now, I'm not saying everybody is the same size as the people that is on that program, because people come in all shapes and sizes. You know, I was big for my size. In comparison to other people, I could be thin. And, you know, vice versa. But no, I just think it's really good. I mean, it shows you that people who are bigger than you, you know, they can lose weight. Obviously, like, the program's not going to watch them go from a size 22 to a size 8, because that's going to take too long and it's going to get very tedious and very boring, and plus which they just can't do it. So, you know, you do watch them go from size 24 to, say, size 18, 16 at the least. But it just shows you that, you know, if they can do it, why can't you do it, really? If they can get off their ass and go for a walk, go to the gym, do this, do that, then why can't everyone else do it? So I wrote down notes, hence why I'm looking at my book. I'm looking at my little booklet thing. I think it's really good as well because, like I said, they give those people tips on losing weight, you know, certain foods that you can eat that stop you from being hungry during the day, or instead of saying, oh, instead of eating this, why don't you eat that? Secret snacking, meal plans. You know, if you just sit there and take notes, you could fill up a notepad in a week if you watch, say, a week's worth of the programs, really. I just think they're really, really good. I mean, the Biggest Loser ones are really good because they're just brutal. And the, I suppose Fat Family shows you the food, nutrition, meal plan, what you can eat, and, you know, eat this instead of that kind of thing. But the Biggest Loser, that shows you the more fitness side of it. So that shows you what workouts they do, how many times they run around, you know, if they're going to do laps, how many they do, just different types of fitness, really. And I think that is really important, because sometimes when you walk into a gym, if you're a newbie to a gym, or you have lots of different pieces of equipment and you only use a certain amount, you're looking at the other ones as if to say, what the hell is that? What does it do? How do I use it? What area of my body does it help, so to speak? Things like that. And obviously in the Biggest Loser fitness gym thing that they've got every piece of equipment under the sun. Now, obviously not every gym is going to have those bits of equipment, but if it does, you can be like, oh, I know how to use that. Yeah, still ask the trainer, because it might be a slightly backdated model where, you know, this button doesn't move that piece, it moves something completely different. Now, you could be in for a shock if you do that, or you could injure yourself, so it's always safer to turn around and keep asking the trainers to show you how to use the equipment before you jump on it. Yeah, you know, I just think they're really interesting programs to watch, and it's great. I always end up crying because on, like, Fat Families, at the end of the program, they give the people on it a makeover where, you know, they change their hair, give them some nice clothes, and, you know, real doll 'em up, things like that. And you look at them, and they're not allowed to see themselves whilst they have their makeover, and then they unveil them in front of this huge-ass mirror, and you look at it and you think, you know, they're crying because they think, oh my God, you know, wow, you know, I noticed the difference. And I end up crying because I'm happy for them and because I know how it feels. And I also think it's handy because watching them unveil their first, oh my God, I look thinner, oh my God, I look good, this is what I could look like and better. It makes you relive your first time of unveiling yourself to either the world or to yourself or to whoever you did it to. And I think, again, that spurs you on. You know, people always say when you get really down and you're not motivated and you can't be bothered, you always have to remember why you started. And I think that's a really, really good way of doing it, really, because I know I did. Like I said, after Christmas I lost motivation. I lost motivation for about 2.5 months, so it was really, really bad. It's only now been in the last, say, middle of Feb to now that I've really bucked my ideas up and got back in the saddle, kind of thing. So I've lost my train of thought completely now. Oh, bugger. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Anyway, look, I'm not going to blab on too much because I've already been sitting here motivationally pouring myself out to the world for at least 16 minutes. And as I've lost my train of thought, I might as well just sort of call it a day on this video for the minute. But yeah, seriously, watch The Biggest Loser, watch Fat Families, watch the other sort of From Fat to Fit type of programs, and seriously, guys, take notes. Seriously, I was sat there writing up notes for the entire time that program was on, and that's been on for ages and ages and ages now, and I love it. I think they're fantastic programs. They're really motivational, and I don't really think you can go wrong with it, really. Dear. So yeah, just take notes when you watch them. If your friends are over and the program's on, if you don't want to turn around and watch it whilst they're there, record it if you can. And if you've got the guts, I'm not saying you have to do this, but if your friends are there and they start being, oh, you're watching that, what are you watching that for, things like that, just turn around and say, look, I'm not being funny, I'm watching it for me. If they turn around and get funny about it, then that's their problem. They're not going to support you. And I don't mean to sound like I'm being bitchy, and I don't mean to sound like I'm being rude, but not everybody is all, oh yeah, go for it, go for it, go for it, you can do it, you can do it. Some people will try and drag you down, and they will turn around and say things like, oh, what's the point, you'll never do it, you'll do it for a month and then you'll quit, you always quit. Things like that. Just don't listen to them. Do it for you, don't do it for anybody else. Like, I see these things on Facebook all the time, and I was a bit of a bugger because when I came out of my last relationship, I wanted to be the fittest I could be so I could just shove it to my ex and be like, oh, whatever, I can look so much better than this, or this is what I'm like when I'm not with you. Do you know what? About a couple of weeks after, and when I started to lose the weight, I thought, why am I doing this for him? Why the hell am I doing this for him? Do it for yourself. Do it for you, so you are proud of it. Don't just do it just to show off, and then after you've done it, be like, oh, well, I've done it now. Do it just for a long-lasting, healthy life. Really. Well, that's what I thought anyway. But, yeah. I've now upped it now from 16 to 18 minutes, and I keep saying I'm going to go, and then I'm not, and this is going to take forever and a day to turn around and load or upload, as it always does. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will see you guys in my next video. So I shall see you soon.